Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be comparing the Hornby West Country class, the standard sort of, well, streamlined version, and then the rebuilt, so the unrebuilt and the rebuilt version of the West Country class engines. These are obviously sort of Southern Rail, well, Southern sort of, yeah, designed engines. They were designed by Oliver Bulliard, and they were designed to run down on the Southern Railway sort of areas, but pretty much all of them saw most of their service under British Rail, as they started production in 1945, so there wasn't too long before sort of the nationalisation of the railways. So yeah, most of them were in this British Rail livery here. We've got the early sort of emblem there, and the later one, obviously, because the rebuilts only started being rebuilt in 1955, when there was sort of I guess wear and tear problems and just sort of long-term usage issues with having this streamlined design. So I'm just going to sort of compare the two of them, sort of differences, similarities, and then sort of have a little running session with the two of them. So if we just start from the tender, this is obviously the rebuilt one. You can see the similarities, really. They're very, very similar, really. We've got this sort of little covering here for the cab bit, identical to here. Internally, I don't know if you can sort of see in there, they're pretty much identical. The only real sort of major difference that I'm seeing is there's a sort of cowling over the top of the 4 water containers up there. I think those are for water, or sort of maybe they're for high pressure steam or something, I'm not sure. But these sort of cylinders up here, that's just got a cowling over them. The place where you fill up the tender it looks like it's been moved slightly to the rear in the rebuilt one, and we've got this sort of little box there. I'm not entirely sure what that's for, that we don't have on this one. We've got the stairs. Oh, okay, we've got 2 sets of stairs obviously on both, but the rebuilt ones, they look slightly different. They look like I'm not sure if it's just because of this streamlined casing that's been taken off the unrebuilt that makes them look higher. I think that could be the case. But yeah, we've got 2 sets of stairs, but the main sort of difference is this sort of streamlining. You can see these sort of flaps that stick up at the end, that's sort of the whole streamlining effect going down the body there, and that's sort of gone there. We've got the little rearward window for the driver and the people in the cab to see out the back. You can see that there, and on this one, that's there, if you can see that. So from below that window all the way down has been taken away, and you're left with that basically. But other than that, it's all the same. Interior sort of cab wise, I don't know how sort of well you can really see that. They're pretty much identical, really. Pretty similar inside. There probably will be 1 or 2 slight differences, but on the whole I think they're pretty similar. When it comes to the actual engine itself, obviously the majority of everything on this engine is covered by this whole sort of casing down here. We've got this sort of the window area, I think, is the same. It's just a different sort of design. So starting from the front, the buffer beam and that whole area is pretty much the same. It's all identical, really. It's just the bit that's sort of around that. We've got these new style smoke deflectors here compared to the old ones here, and there are some which are a lot longer on some other engines. And then we've obviously got the I'm not sure what the technical term for this sort of I guess it's the top of sort of the chassis area, I guess, where the boiler rests on. Obviously you don't see that on this engine here, but you see the whole design of it here. The pistons at the front are sort of out in the open like a regular engine, where they're sort of more enclosed on this one. The wheels are the same. They're sort of a new, sort of modern for the time. I think they were sort of meant to be lightweight design or something like that. And that's why they've got that sort of strange shape to them. You see sort of quite a bit more of the driving gear, obviously, down here. The whistle position has slightly changed on the unrebuilt. It's obviously right on the top there, and then it's got these other 3 little bits there, whereas on the rebuilt, I don't know how well you can see that, but there's this little, try and focus it in for you, but it doesn't seem to want to focus. There, oh. Basically, you can sort of see it there. There we go. It's this little sort of bit with a rod that comes along there. That's the whistle, and we've only got 2, and they're actually behind this little steam collector bit there. The chimneys look the same sort of diameter, really, slightly different shape on the rebuilt. But yeah, any other things I can sort of notice? The nameplates are obviously in a different sort of orientation. We've got on this one, which is obviously Wadebridge, we've got the name of the engine above the sort of crest and shield, with the class, which I don't know if you probably can't see, but it does say West Country class underneath there. Whereas on the Plymouth engine, we've got the shield above the name of the engine, and then underneath we've got the class name. But yeah, other than that, I think that's the main sort of differences. So obviously these are more for a later period if you're replicating that, more 55 onwards, and these are more sort of end of the war era, but there were some that were still kept in this design all the way up until now, really, because this engine here, Wadebridge, is actually still in this design and in use at the Watercress line down near the south coast. But yeah, other than that, there's not too many sort of other differences, but I'm not sure which one I really prefer, really. There are sort of bits that I prefer on some, and well, on this design, and then others which I prefer on this design, so I can't really pick between them because they're both, the design of it just in general is one of my favourite designs. I guess it's more sort of one of the later, more modern sort of style designs for the period. But yeah, let's I've got them a sort of special rake of southern style coaches at the back there, and let's get them connected up to those and have a little running session. So first up, we've got the unrebuilt. It's got this southern style Modelzone coach, and then pull in the Devon Bell coaches, as I've got the Devon Bell headboard on this engine. Okay, so now we're going to have the rebuilt engine going around. I think it's sort of needing a bit of an oil because it is a bit squeaky, so bear that in mind. But yeah, we've got some more southern rail. We've got the British rail, cream and red, and And then at the back we've got some of the southern style olive green coaches. So yeah, not strictly summer, well, the sort of cream and red coaches are more what this engine will have pulled.